Hello, this is Spotmentor, and in this video we are going to study about position vectors. So what is the position vector? This is a vector that gives the position of a particle with respect to a reference point. And this reference point is any fixed point in the space which is usually taken as the origin. Now let us see how do we represent position vectors in a coordinate axis. So here is a coordinate axis with O as origin and the point P is where the particle lies. So, if we draw a vector joining point O and point P, this gives you the position vector of P when we take the reference to be origin. So, ROP is position vector of P with respect to O. Now, let's assume the particle has moved from point P to another point. Let's assume that point is Q. Then, if we draw a vector joining point Q to point O, this will give you the position vector of Q with respect to O. Now, I'll take a case in which the reference point is changed. If we change the reference point from origin to P, then the vector joining point P and point Q will give you the position vector of Q with respect to point P. As you can clearly see, this point Q is viewed with reference to the point P. So these are the three position vectors and the reference frame are different in three cases. Now how will we represent mathematically these vectors? So position vector of P with respect to O will be equal to the magnitude that is equal to OP, and the angle made by horizontal is assumed to be theta as shown in the diagram. Similarly, position vector of Q with respect to O will have its magnitude that is equal to OQ, and the angle made by the positive direction of x-axis is assumed to be alpha. Now, position vector of Q with respect to P will have its magnitude that is equal to PQ, and the angle made by this vector with horizontal is assumed to be beta. Now you can see if you draw the horizontal at point P, then you see beta comes out to be in the clockwise sense and theta and alpha are in the anti-clockwise sense. So for that, theta and alpha are to be taken as positive, but beta has to be taken as negative. So you see these vectors ROP, ROQ and RPQ are position vectors of points with respect to different reference points. So in this video we learned the basics of position vectors and how do we represent them in a Cartesian coordinate system. Thank you.